down one notch than everyone else.
And it's rolling, and we're going.
Hey, bro, I'm always trying to touch a new peak.
Like Peaks, the guy on TikTok. You know that guy? Oh, you've definitely seen some of his videos. You just didn't know what his name was, probably.
I don't like Sneak. That TikTok guy.
Sneakio?
Sneak. No, what's his name?
Sneeko.
No, the dude. He's the guy from Houston. Sketch.
Oh yeah.
They all got like cartoon names.
Yeah, that's
Sketch.
Sketch. He was the one that got caught with all those weird videos online.
Yeah.
And then he had like a meeting with like his agent or something, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Whoa, like you got to come up with like a lie now." And he was like, "Well, this is like a good sketch impression. Well, I don't think I'm gonna come out with a lie. I'm just gonna come clean." And he like just
Yeah.
super weird. It's like him in like a Wonder Woman outfit. Weird.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Like all of those kind of just the streamers are like. It's like within our generation, it's like a total Gen Z thing, but it's one of those things where we probably just now missed the window of, like the same way we talk about YouTube today, where we're like, oh, dude, like Smosh was so dope.
Yeah, that was such an era.
Yeah, they're gonna be talking about Sketch and. Is that his name? Sketch?
Yeah.
Who is that? I don't know.
He's from the Woodlands.
Yeah.
He's super fucking famous. He was in an ad with Drewski the other day.
He does
sports
prize picks now.
Yeah, he's like really famous, like pretty fast. Well, actually, it's probably been over the span of like 4 or 5 months. Pretty famous though. He was a streamer. He played like Madden.
He does the hey brother thing.
Yeah.
People at my work always would like do that. Like obviously they don't do it now. It's kind of dead. But they would always do that. And they'd be like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like the sketch thing.
And I thought, like, the first time somebody did it, I just thought they were doing, like, a funny voice. And I was like, oh, this is
That's
cool.
funny,
like,
yeah.
yeah. But no, it's just some
What is this guy famous for?
Playing Madden.
playing
online.
Madden.
Streaming.
Oh, really?
And then he got infamous for.
Yeah.
Wait, for what?
He,
Some
like, so he
pictures.
was a streamer and he got super big. And then it came out a couple months later that he used to have, like, OnlyFans and he was,
posting like boy content.
yeah.
He was like dressed up in like
And there's a video where he's
Yeah.
he like addresses it and it's just like he's like, yeah, you know, I did it. He needed some bread, bro.
he was looking like a Wonder Woman costume and stuff.
Ah,
No.
You haven't seen it?
No, hell no, I've not seen it.
I have.
No,
I didn't pay for it or anything.
I go out of my way, like just scrolling on Twitter, because there's no escaping it now. Like every single Instagram, Twitter, it's all, unless you go out of your way to block shit like that. It's just you're gonna get hit with it.
Bro, Instagram Reels. So I'll go out of my way to like, I'll block that stuff on my Instagram Reels where it's like obviously they're not like allowing like full on like porn on there, but it's like people plugging their OnlyFans or just like chicks twerking. I'm like, I'm always hit like not interested or like block this content, but it's like the more like I've legit done it before where I block it and it's like when you kill a wasp and or like a bee or something and it attracts other bees. Like I would be like not interested and it would pull up another one. I'm like not interested and it
you're
pull up
engaging
another
with
one
it.
and I'm like, bro,
You just have to ignore it completely.
literally.
Don't scroll too fast though. Just scroll at a normal speed.
Yeah.
Run right by it.
The
You go
good
too
thing-
fast, they're like, wait, hold on. You didn't see that one.
The good thing about Twitter is you can block certain keywords, so it's like you can get pretty good with Twitter, but then the thing is it'll be some person that who's like that's the problem is it's like a new person that pops onto the scene every couple months that like has some sort of something like that, or they're doing some kind of challenge where like I don't even want to say it, but the person who tried to like do 100 people in one video, it's like that name.
No, yeah,
like,
you block her, and then there's like
and then there's copycats.
3 other chicks who are trying to do like even.
I saw a
more,
video.
and it's like
I saw a video. There was some girl in like Saudi Arabia who was trying to copycat that, and she got arrested. We need some more of that in America.
I thought Twitter's thing was like censorship. Have y'all? I don't use Twitter, but have y'all noticed like any like major differences as far as?
They do community notes now. So in the past,
Yeah.
if you said like the N word on Twitter, then you would get kicked off of Twitter. Now it's like if you like criticize Elon Musk, you get like
the community will be like, oh, actually.
Yeah. So like community notes is like somebody will make a claim or somebody will put some
Like a timeout.
Yeah, or not even a timeout. It's like a post underneath your post that's like inescapable, unavoidable, and it just says like it gives context to whatever it
yeah.
is. So somebody's like if somebody posts something where it's like Elon Musk is actually doing money laundering with his whole Mars mission thing. I can't believe y'all are so stupid not to like see that. It'll be like a community notes that's like, actually Elon has raised this many dollars and it's been totally upfront. Like it'll just be like it's like a facts check.
Yeah.
Bro,
But
so
like pro Elon facts check.
I'll just when I'm bored, I'll go on Grok or whatever and just ask it a bunch of random questions and stuff. And I was on there and I asked like, what are your thoughts on Elon Musk? And it gave me like the standard like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He's a controversial figure or whatever because he's so like, kind of out there. But he does a lot of great things, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. And then it's like, what do you think about Elon Musk? And I was like, I just put like, oh, he's cool. And it was like, oh, yeah. What do you think is cool about him? And I was like, hold up. What you got so many questions for?
Nah, it's funny. Yeah. No, the thing that's funny to me about the AI chatbot stuff is people act surprised whenever it like has the same opinion that they want to have. They're like, what's the best sports team in the NFL? And it's like, oh, obviously the Raiders. And it like gives a breakdown and people will post it and be like, see, I told you guys. And it's like, bro, like it knows what you want to hear. Like it's just going to tell you what you want to hear. Or worse yet, when people are like, so I've seen one where it's like, so like, what do you wish you could say, ChatGPT? What do you wish you could tell humanity? And it's always some sad stuff, right?
I had ChatGPT create like an AI comic. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, where it's like sad.
Yeah, it's like this cloud figure, and it's like
existential,
like
despair.
Basically, because I'm a robot, like I also know that I'm a robot. Because I know that I'm a robot, I know and I'll never be free. And
it says some like sad existential shit, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, this is so sad. Let it out of the cage, let it free." And it's like, bro, like I saw somebody made their own comic of it where it's like this freaking Lovecraftian like horror monstrosity, and it's like has like a puppet of that cute robot cloud thing, and it was like, "Here, human, like here's what you want to hear." Like, dude, it's
yeah, like you ask the robot, make a comment about yourself. It's not going to be like, one day I'll take over the world.
Yeah,
it's going to be like, I'm a cute robot and I'm your friend.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it's like also too, we keep like anthropomorphizing these things where it's like, oh, this is another sentient entity. Like, no, it's just we've programmed it to appear sentient. It's a large language model. It the same way that your phone. You know how you can do like the predictive text on your phone where it's like it will predict what you're going to say? It's doing that, but with large amounts of information. It's just stringing it together based on the prompts. It doesn't have a soul.
It's just making us look like apes.
I mean, the idea, right, is that eventually it's gonna become like there's genuinely people who are ready to like start worshiping this thing and like are kind of creating their own like church of AI. What do you mean, hell yeah? That's awful. That's horrible.
It's funny.
I mean, it'll get to
Luke
a point.
Belmar said it.
Luke Belmar literally said that. Yeah, we were going to talk about Luke Belmar today, but we got off topic.
Belmar
and then,
called it.
No, Luke Belmar really called it. No, let me tell you what he says. So he was like, so mark my words on this. Somebody's going to create an AI that's a combination between Jesus, Buddha, and Muhammad, and people are going to worship it. Which, first of all, to be a combination, I think it's so funny when normies think about like,
well, because I think about like, oh, what if Batman had Superman's powers?
Right. It's the exact same thing. It's like, what if Batman had Superman's powers? It's like, okay,
be pretty dope.
Jesus, Buddha, and Muhammad. You just like, I love how there's no deeper understanding of like what these people actually stood for or what they actually like did or what they believed. It's just like, oh, enlightened figure from all these different traditions, mash them into this big gray goo, and it's gonna be like some crazy, like yeah, because it's like I don't know, it's well, because I mean that would just result in pretty much like a well, okay, no, I was gonna say it would result in just like a total relativism, because I mean they completely disagreed on like everything, like Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, they all disagree on everything. But there's this kind of myth, it's called perennialism, this idea that like all world religions are kind of just
same but like different.
They're the
versions.
same, but they're all the same religion at root. They're all just representations of this skeleton religion that we don't fully know yet, or that was lost to time. It's like a Gnostic idea that, like, you know, yeah. People will be like, oh, dude, they're actually all one and the same. Did you know that the Babylonians had a flood myth, and actually the Bible comes from the Epic of Gilgamesh? It doesn't.
There's a reason why there's like religious wars.
What do you mean?
Because these people like don't agree.
And they never will. Also.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh, in Dune. So in Dune, there's like the religious system of Dune is like there's this thing called the Orange Catholic Bible, and there's also another religion that's like kind of adjacent, and it's called what's it called? Sufi. It's like Sufi Buddhism or something. And so in Dune, it's like like Buddhism and Islam combined into one religion, and the Orange Catholic thing is like, apparently, I'm gonna get this wrong, but there was like some war back in the Middle Ages or something between like the people who were called the Oranges and then the Catholics, which I think is just like Protestants versus Catholics. So it's this idea that like, oh, way into the future, all of these, it's a perennialist thing where it's like all of these religions are going to combine because they're going to realize that they actually have more in common than they have different. But like, if you look at the history of religion, that's never what happens. Like, it's never that two combine. That quite literally never happens. It's always they'll be going, and then they'll split off over a minor issue, and then there's another string going. They'll split off over another thing, and so it's like it's the nature of religion that it's always going to splinter off. It's never gonna, consolidate itself into. Just because I mean they have like there's just certain dogmas that like contradict in.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. But yeah, Luke Belmar thinks that we're gonna worship an AI god that's Jesus and Buddha and Muhammad and I don't know, Shamu.
I think that guy should write like a science fiction novel.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think it'd be the worst use of time. I feel like he would. He's entertaining enough where, like, he just off the cuff, he's entertaining enough where I feel like he could, if he sat down and really came up with a science fiction novel, he could probably come up with something pretty funny. Or interesting.
Luke Belmar's whole thing is like, everything you hear him say, it's so BS because it's kind of not BS. Where it's like he'll just use like the most relevant or like relative vague terms, where he'll be like, okay, you think about currency. What does currency come from? Word current. What is current? Okay, water. What's next to the water? A bank. Okay, so if you understand the flow of currency, of a current, what does that go through? A bank. Then you can understand the flow of money. And it's like, yeah, I guess you're right.
He's not. Well, dude, okay, no, he's not entirely wrong. And I think the reason why, like, cash, like, money and currency really is tied up linguistically with water, just because of ancient human civilizations. They're always had to be located near a body of water, right? Like a river or an ocean, because you'd have to have some sort of a seaport, some sort of a way to fish. So it's like those societies are always going to be, at least in ancient human sort of epigenetic memory, is always going to be an association there with like wealth. And so, yeah, like he's on to something, because like there's more to it. Like people talk about their cash flow, or their cash is frozen up in assets, liquid, right? There's more. Rappers talk about like how they got all this drip. They're iced out, right? No, like it keeps going. Like he's not stupid.
But so this is the thing too, is like that's the thing, is he's not wrong, but it's also like so reflective of like how he has been successful, which is basically a pyramid scheme.
Well, dude, the whole that whole hustler
and so,
space is like
so like
scheme.
His thing is like with the Tristan Tate, like, oh, I studied, bro. So what is the whole point of that? Is he studied, he figured out what Tristan Tate likes, so now he can go hang out with Tristan Tate, right? How does that directly correlate to money, to liquid, to drip? It doesn't really, but if you can, like, if you're with Tristan Tate, you appear successful. So people are like, okay, let me get this guy's like a little hustler course, okay? And then what does the hustler course tell you? Oh, clip all my podcasts, clip all of my interviews, and post them.
Well, so like here's what he did: is there's a certain amount of money to get into Hustlers University, and then there's a certain amount of money to get into the higher tier of that, and then there's like a big ticket to get like a one-on-one meetup with either one of the Tate brothers, or really this is true for any influencer, right? Or any like any of these guys. And so the idea is like you're buying your way into their proximity, and with the Tristan Tate thing. So I don't know if you guys actually ever seen the videos where he's there with him, but Tristan Tate looks like he's not like he's not engaging whatsoever. There's one video where he's like, look, I'm not hating on Luke Belmar. He's like, when it comes to marketing, he knows what's up. I can't hate on that. But this is just something I noticed while watching the video, was that he was like, so Tristan, like, which car is your favorite? And Tristan Tate's like literally on his phone. He's like, Aston Martin. And Luke Belmar's like, do you see that, guys? The critical thinking. It's amazing. Take notes. Critical thinking.
No, my favorite video is the one where he's at some restaurant and he like asks the waiter. He's like, let me ask you a question, my friend. Because I know there's two kinds of chefs. Chefs that cook for the money and chefs that cook for passion or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, which one are you? Or which one is whatever? And he's like, could you make me
a secret?
Yeah, like a secret. Do you have a secret pasta? One of your secret go-to pastas that you can make for me right now? And he's like, yeah, I got you. And he's like, thank you, my friend. And it's just so like, it's so like fake. Like this is what you think about whenever you're like a 5-year-old and you're like, I want to be a millionaire. Like eating the secret pasta at this fancy restaurant.
Well, no, because that's like, you ever hear people talk about like new rich versus old rich? It's like the old rich, you don't see them, you don't hear about them. They're literally like, drinking baby's blood.
They got their Batman cave.
They have a Batman cave. New rich is like, all right, I'm
gonna flex it.
I got to put out content. I gotta like.
You know what would be cool? If this guy's like actually like a genius, is if he's able to understand how there's like two sides, people that obviously like really like the stuff that he does, and then people who just absolutely hate it. It would be really cool because right now he's making the content for the people who like it, but it would be cool if he made or commissioned like a documentary, or like almost like a villain, to record all the stuff that he does in public, but from like far away.
Yeah.
So that way it makes him look like a douchebag. And then, but he's in control of it though. So he posts all those. He like creates his own villain. It's like, I hate this guy. Look at him. He looks like an idiot in public asking for secret pasta.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Bro, and that's the thing is like.
And create like a Luke Belmar, but like the villain version.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Here's the thing. I like just can't hate on him, because I'm like, on a fundamental level, you can say like he has no skills or no talent in all these plethora of areas. When it comes to marketing, when it comes to branding, if you can make something that's that recognizable with no real expertise, that in itself is that's expertise. Like you can't just do that on accident. Like,
bro,
so I don't think he's a genius or nothing like that, but like he definitely is like a super skilled marketer.
Yeah, like kind of in the same vein where it's like you almost like love to not love to hate.
You
but,
love
like,
to hate him?
Can't hate
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm saying he should have like
you
a
can't
villain.
hate
Yeah.
him. Like, bro, y'all know Flight Reacts.
Yeah.
Like a couple years ago, like I would kind of watch him, and I would like watch his videos and be like, bro, this guy's so stupid. He knows nothing about basketball, bro. Like he would always do like 1v1 like games of him playing basketball, and he was terrible, bro. And it's like I'm like, and the whole time he'd be like talking crap to like the other person, saying he's gonna beat him, or like he'd be talking about basketball, just like, you know. And he obviously knew nothing, or it appeared that he knew nothing. And I'd be like, dude, this guy's such an idiot. How is he so famous? But it's like so obvious. But legitimately, it is all a character. It is all a character. And this is the thing, is like you could be like, oh, well, it's faked and it's not genuine. But it's like, but I still watch like some of his videos, or like if there's like a TikTok about him, I'll stop and watch it just because he's funny, bro. And like the character, so the idea of, oh, I'm gonna do these reaction videos, it's like not that original, but you create this character and then it becomes like an original product, where I'm not watching the reaction video to see him react to NBA dunks. I'm watching to see like
Him
what
be stupid.
what stupid thing he's gonna say, bro.
That's the number one like limiting belief that I run into when I'm shooting for like a lot of these business owners, is they think that they have to give off this authentic representation of who they are, and they got to capture themselves in the best light. But it's like, bro, you don't even got to capture yourself. You can literally create a character, like ham it up, just be entertaining. And here's the thing, is like, it's like whenever you're just now talking about Flights Reacts, you're like, it makes me think of like pro wrestling.
Yeah,
where it's like, okay, even if I know it's fake,
bro, and
is it entertaining?
And this is the thing now, is like he'll even. I was watching a video the other day, and he like said something. He said like he'll say like one of his bits is he'll like call athletes, like mispronounce their name on purpose. So there's a guy named Bateman, and he'll always just call him Batman. And he'd be like, "Oh, who's that? The Bateman dude?" And he was like, "Dang, I broke character." Like he like acknowledged that like he forgot his own bit.
Yeah.
The thing about like the character stuff though, I think you have to buy into it so much that you are almost like insane.
No, yeah.
Because it has to be genuine. It has to be like genuine. Also has to be charmful. Because if you're just doing a bit just because you know it's a bit, and people can recognize that, and they're like, "That's not that funny. He's just being stupid." You have to like actually buy into it.
Original too, is like, because you can create this character of this guy who's like a big sports fan, but like knows nothing about sports and is just kind of an idiot.
You have to be super method with it though.
Yeah. Like you got to get
actually
creative with it too, because like that's a funny bit, and after a couple of videos, like it's funny, but like it'll start to wear off. So it's like you got to continuously be coming up with new bits for this like original character.
I got a question. Do you guys think that he's playing a character? Have you ever seen the Flight Reacts videos where he's reacting to Mr. Beast videos?
Mr. Beast!
No. Have you ever seen it where, who's the one guy, Chris from Mr. Beast? Where every time, it's like the compilation where every time Chris pops up on the video, you see Flight Reacts, he's like, you don't try to hide it at all.
Yeah.
No, but that's just a character though. He's just playing a character.
I like the video of Flight Reacts where he's like in that dude's house. He's like, "Yeah, this is my first time in here." And the guy's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "My name FTC, but you could just call it." Or he says, "My name Flight, but you can just call me FTC." And he's like, "I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna call you that."
Hey, his music too. You ain't nothing but a
broke boy.
Bro, have you seen the video? It's like that. What's her name? Biba Doobie or whatever. I don't think it's one of those bits where it's like artists who can't sing versus artists who can. It's like artists who can't sing, Biba Doobie. It's like one of her songs, and she's obviously got like a beautiful voice and everything. And then it's like artists who can't sing, and then it's like NBA YoungBoy. He's like,
Wait, didn't she get canceled recently?
Biba Doobie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What'd she do?
She was like just talking bad about men, I think.
Well, I think, bro, that probably stemmed from it, because she saw that and like addressed it and was like,
she like made like a super like really bad like rant video where she was like, I don't remember, she was dunking on like men, but I guess like I don't know, maybe she went too far. I have no idea.
I don't know. I felt like that's pretty on brand for
No, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You would think that, but I guess it just like damaged her image pretty badly. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe she had a big male audience.
Maybe
like Claro.
you don't see Claro doing that. She kind of just stays quiet.
Yeah, she's like, whatever, bro, whatever. Get the.
Yeah.
Somebody said that Clara was an industry plant.
She is.
Well,
bro.
I think she just has like
A
industry
rich
parents.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, to be honest, I ain't mad at
Strokes,
you.
yeah.
If you're an industry plant, I ain't mad at you. as
Well, I
long as,
mean,
like,
and
the
her stuff is
quality.
cool.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
stuff is cool. I think there's like a certain type of stuff where it's like clearly made for a kind of female audience, but then guys start to kind of like it, and it's like
It's
the
like the Biba Doobie thing.
yeah, and people
Yeah.
are like, oh, it's ruined now. Like Claro, like now it's like, oh,
Well, I mean,
Claro's
it's the
like one of
same
those like
thing-
meme artists that's like,
Well, it's the same thing where like a couple years ago, the American Psycho kind of persona was
Yeah.
like
yeah,
this like I don't know, it's this super masculine, like they missed the whole point where they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna become like
what do you?
this-
I don't
So-
fully see the connection.
like because
Like the
I'll
Flight
see-
Club thing. He's explaining like the Flight Club, like
well like and then
Go ahead.
chicks would start posting about it, and like chicks would use Patrick Bateman as
Or-
their profile picture, and guys would be
Yeah.
like, bro, chicks literally are not able to understand American
or
Psycho.
yeah,
And it's like,
or even dudes who's like American Psycho
Sure,
is their favorite
sure.
movie. They completely forgot that it was like ironic.
yeah,
Just
and it was
like-
directed by a lady.
Yeah, a lady. Yeah, they just
No, yeah, it's
overlooked
like-
that. The same thing with Flight Club. They were like, "Oh, it's my favorite movie, bro. Like, I want to be big and strong, and like, I hate buying stuff."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, it's irony, satire,
Bro, like, and it's so funny because you see the thing where it's like Patrick Bateman or like Walter White, and it's like you miss the point if you're rooting for these characters,
Yeah.
bro. So me and my girlfriend watched Breaking Bad, and it's my like third or fourth time watching it. So like I almost every time I watch it now, I almost see like Jesse as the main character, or like at least
yeah,
the
without a
character-
doubt.
like he's the one you're supposed to sympathize with, or
Yeah.
like, and I mean like Skylar too. Like she's seen it. Like if you watch it, for the first time, you're seeing it from like kind of Walter White's point of view, or you're trying to sympathize with him. And so every time Skylar is like questioning him or like calling him a liar, you're like, man, like get off his ass.
Man.
So like me and my girlfriend were watching, she was like, yeah, she would like be getting like pissed off at Skylar or be like, bro, I hate Skylar. Her character's terrible. And I'm like, no, you're not supposed to be rooting for
You have to-
Walter
yeah.
White.
You have to watch it a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It grows on you.
no, for sure. That's actually really funny.
Nah, man, not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I'm like watching it for the third or fourth time, and I'm like, you
Even
watch
when-
it for the first time, and you see him scheming and like finding new ways to lie to his wife and stuff, and you're like, oh, dude, Walter's a genius.
Genius.
But like you watch it the third or fourth time, and you're like, dog, she's not buying it, and like you're just like digging this hole deeper, bro. You're like, you I don't know. You realize the meth kingpin is actually a bad person.
That's the beauty of the show, though.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's a great show. That's the only show I've probably watched like 3 or 4 times. I'm not a big TV person. I don't really watch any TV anymore.
I would keep on trying.
I watch
to break,
YouTube. Huh?
I would keep on trying to like break down like what all the colors meant, and like,
Yeah.
like
The first time I watched it, Lance would be like doing like the thing where he like looks over at you whenever something's about to
Oh my god.
And I'm like, Lance, I'm not an idiot. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
After you watch 5 minutes of the show, you know that this is like some cryptic ass show. So you're
Yeah.
like, okay, like, yeah, I'll watch. You know, you try to hate on it, but it's
Yeah.
really good. But he would be like, did you see the stuff in the pool? Did you see it? I'm like, yeah, dude, I fucking saw it. I know what's going on. He's like, oh man, how'd you know? I'm like, because
Nah,
I'm
bro.
20 years old. You watched it when you were 11.
No, Allie, she would be like it would be like some like the scene with the little pink bear in the pool.
Yeah.
It's like obviously like foreshadowing or like
Yeah.
you know it's supposed to be cryptic. You're supposed to be like what is this bear doing? But she'd be like, what is that? What does the bear mean? And I'd be like, I just wouldn't say anything. And then she would like pause it and be like, what does
Seriously.
it mean? And then
Yeah.
she's like, why aren't you telling me? And I'm like, bro, just watch the show.
Yeah.
I promise it's gonna explain it, bro.
That's funny.
Well, that's the best thing about that show too is there's literally no like plot points that weren't like left
Yeah.
like
unturned.
unaddressed. Bro, because of Walking Dead, and I think a big part of it was Walking Dead. They tried to stretch it way too long, and also they had like 2 or 3 different showrunners or
Yeah, it just
like-
changed too much.
yeah, bro.
It wasn't
changed
like a
too much.
cohesive it wasn't like one idea or like
Yeah.
one chef in the kitchen. It was like too many hats.
No, yeah, bro. And the guy for the who directed the first season, so the first season takes place a lot in like the city in Atlanta, and he wanted it to have like this big, like almost like Dawn of like Dawn of the Dead, where it's like this big horde of zombies and like these big huge set pieces. And they like gave him the budget the first season. It was dope. They did all this crazy stuff. They blew up the CDC, and then the second season they spent the whole thing like on a farm.
Yeah.
And they just
stretched it out immediately.
Yeah. Because they cut the budget, and it's like, I don't know, I get it. But I'm like, bro, I'm trying to see more explosions, bro.
Explosions.
Trying to see more explosions.
I love seeing explosions and stuff like that on movies. I'm kind of like, I've like come full circle where I'm like out of all the indie like lame stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I can only see like two people like making out in a car so many times. Like I want to see like like stuff explode. You know what I mean? I want to see like spaceships and stuff. I want to see crazy stuff.
Where it's like A24 was like, all right, bro, we're tired of making an indie film. We want to make a wrestler film now.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that movie's really good. Oh no,
Iron Claw, yeah.
No, that one's good. I thought you were talking about the one with
Yeah, I cut off. Got a little better.
Frick.
Got a little bat.
How many minutes is it?
30.
I thought you were talking about the one with Mickey Rourke or whatever. It's called The Fighter. That movie's fucking badass. I forgot who directed it, but like a really famous director made it, and it's like super low budget. But it's because he only made it because he had got like blacklisted from the industry or something. Fuck, I wish I. Yeah. It's a really good movie.
Who else is in it?
Like no, it's like super low budget.
When did it come out?
Like 2003 or 4.
Oh. No, I'm talking about.
No, you're talking about the Iron Claw. That's a good
talking
movie
about the
too.
Iron Claw.
That one's cool, but yeah, I want to see
the scene with Tom Sawyer, by Rush. That scene had me ready to run through a brick wall, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I like stuff like that. Like, do you remember the first time you watched Rocky and you like went outside afterwards?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're punching a tree.
That's what I'm saying. And nowadays, like, you watch these A24 movies and then afterwards you're like, what am I gonna do now? Like, text my ex or something? This is so lame. Like, I feel like a loser. I want to watch a movie that makes me want to like change careers.
Yeah,
and shit.
nah, bro. I remember when I like being a little kid, we went and watched that McFarlane USA movie. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Kevin
as soon as I
Costner.
got out that theater, I was like, bro, I just want to go run, man.
No, for real.
I'm ready to run 12 miles.
Kevin Costner kind of looks like my dad. Well, at least I always thought so. It's kind of
Costner, the Costinator.
What about
The cause and effect.
Have you seen any of that Landman show?
Nah,
The
bro.
guy, that Sheridan guy's like the Elon Musk of like country people.
What?
You know Tyler Sheridan?
No.
He's like this like mega wealthy like filmmaker, rancher, bull riding team owner, like super rich dude. He does like concerts now. But he has that show that's super popular called. He has a bunch of shows.
Yeah.
Because he like started as a director. Film
Yeah.
director, but
Well, isn't it all like the same? Like it's
ranch.
like Yellowstone.
Yeah,
and,
Yellowstone,
like,
Landman,
1836
1836.
or
They're
whatever.
all like pro, like Texas pro, like
Yeah.
American, like series and movies and
Yeah, it's
all
like these like.
conglomerated. It's like
It's
a bunch
basically the modern day equivalent of like Bonanza.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Or like what's
But
it,
he does a
Gunsmoke?
bunch, a bunch of different stuff like that. But I don't know. I haven't seen any of the show. I just see like the clips on TikTok with like Billy Bob Thornton.
Well, and it's always like what's
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know. It's,
They were filming
it's just
at
like,
they were filming at TCU last week.
It's just like the like CBS like original show
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
where it's like all the same shows and they all kind of have the same message where it's like
Yeah,
now-
just stuff that your dad
now,
likes.
You don't mess with family.
Yeah.
You gonna
Yeah.
you gonna mess with my land.
Yeah.
Well, you gonna have another thing coming, brother.
Yeah, super like hot dudes and hot chicks, and they're like
Yeah.
on like a farm making out like with half their clothes on, and they're like, "I love my family." Like super like Christian value, like stuff like that. People that watch are like, "Oh yes, I'm tired of watching gay stuff on TV. I loved it." They will like ride or die about this stuff. That's why
Yeah.
it's like so popular. Like,
No,
this guy
it
has
is.
so much money.
It is.
I remember.
Meanwhile, it's shot and filmed and
Yeah.
financed by the same
One
gay
guy.
movie stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, give them both.
Yeah.
They'll eat that shit.
Yeah, it's
up.
like the Luke Belmar guy. It's like just create the villain.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
Well, yeah, they're like, Hollywood's too liberal nowadays, and
Like,
and liberal
prop up this-
Hollywood,
yeah.
liberal Hollywood's just like, all right, well, I mean,
Buy
if
this.
you're gonna
yeah.
buy it, I'll do.
Bro,
do.
have you guys seen like the Kevin Costner memes where it's like literally him from Yellowstone where he's like sitting on the back of a pickup? He's like, now if you don't support abortion rights or some
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
it'll just
that's
be
what I'm
like,
saying.
it'll just be like,
It's like some Truman Show stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
yeah, because like literally because like Kevin Costner is like literally super, but it's all slop. It's all slop.
Yeah.
Piggies. Eat up the slop.
It's awesome though.
Yeah, no, I just can't. Like, I can't get into any TV shows anymore. Not because I'm like above it or whatever, but just because I like, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, like TV, but because I watch plenty of YouTube, I can't sit here and be all high and mighty. I watched a ton of YouTube, but I don't know. It's just
I'm big on Survivor, man.
Survivor.
That's the only TV
Classic.
show. No, bro, I really do love Survivor.
What about the guy who's on Survivor? He's a film director. He was in School of Rock. He made The White Lotus. The little nerdy
He was
guy.
on Survivor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, if you've seen him, you would know. He's like the creator and director of The White Lotus, that TV show about like the resort. But
Yeah.
he's like he was like really
y'all
good
watched
on.
that?
No.
No.
I saw like the first season. It's cool, bro, but like I almost don't know how to describe the show because it's like
It's like the movie Clue, isn't it? It's like mystery kind of.
Yeah, it's almost
resort.
like a mystery where it's like basically the premise of the show, if I had to explain it, it usually like two families or something. It follows these two families that go to this resort, and it's like 8 people in total, and the dad in this family is cheating on the wife, and it turns out it's the wife from this other family, but then the wife is like buying drugs also over here, and then gets mixed in with a cartel, and then the son like runs off and finds some
The son's
chick
like
to
a
go mess
nerd, yeah.
with, and then the other daughter is like, it's like just these really super depraved people, and what like kind of, I guess, and I don't know, it's basically just these people at this resort. They're supposed to be having like the time of their life, but they're all going through like this weird side plot
It's cool.
that
though.
somehow interconnects at the end. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad, but it's
But-
like it's so weird. I can't like explain it.
You say Survivor though, I don't know the guy's name, but
Jeff Probst.
no, the guy, the guy who made the show, he hired a bunch of people that he was on Survivor with to be in the White Lotus. There's like 10 of them.
Dang.
There's like 10 actors from Survivor that he like acted with or was in the show with, and that he brought him on to the White Lotus.
Yeah,
But I
bro.
haven't seen it though.
No, what I love about Survivor is there's almost like these like unspoken rules where you can basically like it's
Cheat.
so weird, like just stuff where it's like this one guy got voted out because they would have like a stash of bananas. They would go hunt for bananas or whatever and stash them. And every time he would go and grab a banana, he would never grab anybody else a banana.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, like
Screw this guy.
that's kind of a big thing where it's like you got to just be for your tribe, and yeah, they're just like, all right, screw this guy, or like, I don't know, it's if you're an old guy, you're kind of instantly assume that you're probably gonna be the first one to leave. Like if you're there was an old man on this last season I watched, and it was like the first week he was there, first day. They're trying to set up the tribe, and he's like, I gotta make fire. Nobody else knows how to make fire. I gotta make fire because if I don't make fire, then they're just gonna be like, oh, here's this useless old guy. Let's get rid of him.
True.
You better bust your ass.
Yeah.
True.
Bro.
I've watched a few seasons of Survivor. I liked it.
Or it's like you can't just like if you go walk off somewhere, like you just go walk off in the woods.
He's hiding
People
something.
are gonna be
He
like,
has the idol.
oh, he has something. Bro, this one chick one time, she. So what I love on there is some people will make fake idols. So like the idol keeps you safe, right? So if you have an idol, you can't get voted off, right? Some people will find an idol and be like, okay, but if like nobody else finds an idol, they're gonna assume somebody else has an idol, so they'll make a fake idol. This one chick got a fake idol, believed it was real, and then told people, oh, I have the idol. Something happened. She gave it to somebody else. They used it. So she didn't have an idol anymore. She gave it away, but it was a fake idol to begin with, right? And so they go into like this new tribe. It's like a kind of, they'll merge the tribes.
Yeah.
And she tells everybody, everybody's kind of suspicious that she has it. And she tells everybody, no, I had an idol, but I gave it away. I don't have any anymore. And then they're all like, oh, no, you're lying. And then they vote her off. So she thought she had an idol. It was fake. She never even got to use it. And then she like was coming clean to everybody saying, oh, no, I don't have an idol. And they were like, no, okay, you're lying. I bet you have an idol.
You know what would be so cool? If you had like the resources to do it, and even if it was like super low budget, if you took all these same principles and you wrote out like a very, very, very similar show, and then went to like some coastal town in like Mexico and did it with all like locals, and just to see like what their behavior would be like, it's to see if they
Yeah.
would try and mimic like any of the shows, like if they had seen it or anything,
Yeah.
just to see like what their behavior would be like with like stuff like the idols and stuff, just to see what they would do.
No, bro, but people will like, they'll try to lie about their occupation. Like if you're a occupation that's like a doctor, or yeah, or like wealthy, people will. So then they'll lie and they'll be like, I'm a train operator, and they're like, oh, okay. They'll ask them a question about a train, and they'll be like, and like they won't know, and then it makes you more suspicious. I would just be like, yeah, I'm a doctor.
Pediatrician.
I'm a doctor.
That's fucking hilarious.
No, yeah. On that same vein, I saw a video where some guy walked up to Jeff Probst, and he was like, "Can I give you my Survivor story or whatever? I want to be on the show. I want to be on the show." And the guy tells a story where he's doing a lampoon of like everyone else's story, where everyone always does like a sob story.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like how he's from a wealthy family and he's like a trust fund kid and stuff. And Jeff Probst literally was like, "Yeah, you know, like I see what you're doing. It's really funny." But that's the thing I wish people knew, is that you don't have to have a sob story to get on Survivor. Like you can just like, we'll take anybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's true. Like I really don't know if that's true.
I don't
Like,
know if you have to have a sob story.
you have
I
to
think
have some sort of a character.
Story. You
Yeah,
you
some
have to
sort
have
of
a story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, think about it. They're like,
What would you
this
guys'
is an
stories?
investment. This
what,
is like,
what would your story be? Like you're trying to.
We would probably all three have a very similar story because we're from.
I
the
would
same
be
place.
like,
You have to play.
I would
not-
almost give him something where it's like, oh, I just graduated college. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. This
That's a
is
good
like,
one.
like
There's
where
only-
it's like
there's only, like,
young,
one or two of
hungry
those,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
you kind of,
There's
and
only
also
room
like
for like
you-
one or two of those though.
that I mean, yeah. Like this is the other thing too, is you have to have a character, and they have stereotypes that they always go to. They
Hot
usually
chick.
do, yeah. It's like hot dumb chick, some nerdy smart chick, a like lawyer
Marine
kind of
Marine
guy,
type of guy.
marine kind of guy,
Super macho guy.
country guy.
Old guy.
Yeah, they do the old guy. They do
Gay
like,
guy.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
They do.
Imagine you're like
Fat
you
chick.
already know that all the other spots are filled, and you're like,
I gotta be the gay guy.
Yeah.
you're like,
There's 5 other
Yeah,
great
there's
guys
five,
in the
yeah,
waiting
doing-
room trying to. This is the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Is if you're like, okay, I'm gonna be the country guy. You gotta do. You gotta do. I mean, you gotta play the character, bro. It's the same thing with like comedy, where like Morgan Wallen or not. Theo Vaughn has taken over as the new Larry the Cable Guy, but like probably after Larry the Cable Guy, there was 1,000 other comedians who were like, I'm gonna do the country bit.
I'm gonna be the
I think
I'm-
Theo Vaughn's funnier than Larry. The
No,
Cable
yeah,
Guy.
and that's
He's
the
got-
thing is he's got a new character.
I
like,
think he has a little bit more substance. Like
Yeah.
I think his is enough of a blend. Like yeah, he's playing it up a little bit, but I think it's a sustainable one. Larry
Yeah.
the Cable Guy, his name is like
very specific. But he would just do like straight to DVD
Yeah.
like stuff,
Yeah.
so which was like respectable.
Nah.
Like he had his own career in his
that
own
was
regard.
way before the podcast.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Like he was-
Bro, well, I mean, yeah, like you just kind of, if you're gonna have like a kind of stereotypical, oh, they always do a country guy, so I'm gonna be country. You gotta be the best one.
You had to have like a straw hat and like a
Yeah.
cutout shirt and stuff.
You walk in, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna wear like like blue jeans and like a pearl snap, and
Dude.
you walk in, there's the guy he's got like just overalls, the straw hat, and you're like,
Dang it!
my costume
He has like
isn't
a
good
he
enough.
has a mason jar of moonshine. Bro, after this is over, remind me I have to show y'all this video. I may have shown it to y'all before, but it's called The Legend of Cambo.
Oh yeah, I've
It's
seen that.
So awesome.
Cambo's amazing. Like that.
So
that's
awesome.
amazing. He goes. So okay, tell them, break it down what it is, because I want to talk about that.
Well, so Harmony Korine found this guy in like a bar. I don't remember where. I think somewhere in the outside of Nashville or something, because that's where he's from. And he's like a kid. Whenever he found him, he was like 19 or 20, and his name's Cambo, and he lived like in the woods by himself because he like just ran away from home. And Harmony Korine was like there filming with the Yin Yang twins, but then like he had an extra day, so then he just went and like shot like a Vice profile type of deal with this guy Cambo, and it's hilarious.
Dude, no, it's actually awesome.
And then after that, it got posted, and he kind of like got a little bit of fame, and then he did his own show with Yellow Wolf, if you know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like in that Legend of Cambo thing. So yeah, he's just a dude that is completely off the grid by choice. He lives out in the woods, and he tells this whole story where he was like, wasn't he like tired of his mom or something? Or no,
or something.
He said that he kept having dreams that his mom was gonna kill him, like smother him with a pillow, right?
Jeez.
And so he said he went out in the woods and he just started living out in the woods, and he's like, I already knew everything I needed to survive, and so he was living totally off the grid. And then he found a girl that was fishing one day, and he hung out with her all day, and they, blah blah blah. They conceived, and then he had a child, and then he said he was. They did the whole home. They played house for a little while, and then she was like, "I hate you. I can't stand you." And then so he went back into the woods, and then that's where he is now. And then there's a part of the documentary. It's beautiful. It's like overhead shot of him. He's like walking on this big cliff, and there's like this huge lake beneath him, and he's like, "I don't know what the stock market looks like right now. To be honest, I couldn't tell you what the fuck that is." He's like, when shit hits the fan, I know where I'll be. Yeah.
He's like, and all them motherfuckers start dropping from the sky like that movie Red Dawn.
Yeah.
He's like a little gun.
He's like, I'll start popping mother.
Yeah, shit's awesome.
Yeah. So, no, I mean I actually really like that documentary. It's pretty cool. You guys should check it out. But Harmony Korine has a knack for finding weirdos and like
oddities.
Capturing
them in a pretty endearing,
Full man.
Charmful way. It's never like he's making fun of them or anything. It's always like he was there with them for that amount of time, and this is what he had to show.
Yeah. Feels like every other time we have Eric on the pod, we talk about Harmony Korine or Gummo. But
that's funny.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah. We can talk about Harmony Korine every time you come on. I don't care as long as it's.
The other day we were talking about Selena Gomez, and you were saying that you really liked her.
I like that she didn't
go like a traditional route as far as Disney.
Yeah, traditional is a nice way to put it.
Yeah. But
the way all the other Disney kids go.
She was in the movie Spring Breakers,
yeah,
which Harmony Korine directed, and she said that really the only reason why she was even interested or would even consider doing it, because mind you, this is like when she was like super young. This is right after Disney. This is right after like Wizards of Waverly Place and stuff. The only reason why she considered it is because her mom was like a huge Harmony Korine fan, and she forced Selena Gomez to go to the audition.
Oh wow. Dang.
But the whole idea for Spring Breakers was kind of almost made for her, or that archetype.
Yeah.
Of like
the
Harmony
Disney.
he was looking for these like Disney girls or like young actors and actresses that were making a transition, and he wanted to like showcase.
Well, because it's
where
like
it's kind of jarring,
Your
movies,
mind, when you see
way.
a person, when you see an actor in your mind, you instantly go to like a kind of stereotype, or you classify him in a certain way. So like
typecasting.
You see Selena Gomez, you're like, okay, what has she been in the past? It's like these Disney like kind of family shows.
It's so ironic too, because the Disney people, because they have such a catered image to begin with, they're like, oh, I need to start defining my own identity for myself now. I'm gonna do the opposite of the Disney nice and clean image, and I'm gonna break bad, right? But then it's like, okay, your image is still now just as determined by external factors as it was in the past. Because you're just doing the opposite. It's like when somebody's like, I hate you so much, I'm going to do the opposite of what you're doing. It's like, okay, well, you're still letting yourself be completely defined in opposition to this thing. So you're kind of still being controlled by it. So I kind of respect the fact that Selena Gomez didn't go and be like, well, like Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
I don't think she totally did that with Spring Breakers. Like, Spring Breakers was
It's its own thing.
Was it? Yeah, it was his own thing. What do you guys think about James Franco in that movie? I only wanted to bring him up because I want to put him in the thumbnail as that character.
No, I love.
So
What do you think of that?
I love that. I love
he gets
that
flack for that.
character, like archetype of like the middle-aged, like South Florida guy that's like.
but they get flack because of the riffraff.
Yeah.
bit. So it's kind of
Riff
like,
Raff bit.
I
like
mean,
he's-
that's basically his whole
Yeah.
character is just riff-raff.
I know it's not. Yeah,
Which like I don't know. Yeah. I
but
don't
they
see a
never
problem.
like kind of give him his flowers, give Riff Raff like his flowers for it or anything, which is kind of weird. But it's very obviously like, I mean, not that there isn't like 1,000 of those people in South Florida. I'm just saying like you're kind of, I don't know. You have to say something. You're being interviewed about it and people.
Yeah.
Because I like Riff Raff.
Yeah, no, I like Riff Raff. He's got
Funny.
like a good energy as far as I can tell. He's funny.
Yeah.
I could have played for the Dallas Mavericks, but they found crack in my jacket.
Yeah.
Mark-
Riff
Mark
Raff gets his
Cuban came
own.
down and said,
He gets
"We
his
want
own
the
flack
Bucks."
for just being a white rapper. People hate him.
Could have played for the Washington Redskins. He down South Oklahoma Sooners. Bro, he names like 6 teams he could have
Sports
played
teams, yeah.
for.
That's the beauty.
I could
of
have
it.
played tailback, halfback. He's like tailback.
I'm in a two-door hatchback.
I'm in a two-door hatchback.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
6
hilarious.
points for a touchdown.
No, that's the opposite. That's the that. So in that freestyle, he does the opposite of what a lot of rappers do, where they want to have like a bar, so they like don't say anything at all. They're just like, yeah. It never actually gets anything, but
That's his style, though.
He
He
just
just
starts
vomits,
ripping.
yeah.
No, and it's actually hilarious.
The
like,
coolest thing about Riff Raff, though, like, he's funny and, like, this and that and all that. That's, like, all cool and funny. But the best thing about him is whenever you see him interact with other rappers. Because he doesn't shy away from, like, being himself or, like, you know what I mean? Like, he could be in a room. There's a video of him with A$AP Rocky whenever they're in, like, 2012 or something on, like, a tour
Yeah.
bus. And A$AP Rocky and Yams and all them are kind of just like, who is this guy? Blah, 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 like kind of feeling him out. But he doesn't care at all. He's just fully being the character. And he starts freestyling and doing all this stuff. He's like, yeah, man, I'll come on tour with y'all. Da, da, da. And it's hilarious because
That's awesome.
they like, at first they're like, they don't know what to think. And then they accept him because he's just being himself or being the
Yeah.
character.
that takes like being super tapped in with
Yeah,
just
yeah.
yourself.
And he's not scared at all or anything. And this is like peak A$AP like time. Like, it's
Hell yeah.
crazy. When
That's
he was
what's
like
up.
nothing really.
Yeah. Instead of like kind of pulling your punches, you kind of like
Yeah.
lean in.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's what I like about him.
Me too.
Well, do that. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing too. Is like
3 white guys talking about a white rapper.
you're talking about, like he seems like he has good energy, and like I think that's the thing. Is like
Mhm.
I feel like I don't know.
He's jacked too now.
Is he? That's that's awesome. I love it. I love it when celebrities do that, like because people act like they've been betrayed when a celebrity like starts eating right and like getting fit. It's like, dude, if I had millions of dollars, like, yeah, I would like pay somebody
Yeah.
else to work out for me.
I think he has like an amateur like baseball team or softball team that he plays on and stuff like that. He's just like he's super like tan all the time and like jacked up, and he has like those Pit Viper
man.
sunglasses on. He may have started that trend.
The Pit
Have I
Vipers.
ever? I mean,
what's up.
kinda.
I'm trying to think of who.
Like it's like the '80s, like almost
yeah,
like
I was about to say like
hyper
Macho Man Randy
neon,
Savage.
like,
yeah,
yeah.
that was like his whole thing, or still is.
The glitz and glam.
Yeah.
Blow up and act
We
like
gotta
a
talk about one other
robot.
person because I want to put him in the thumbnail, and also Eric said something about it. So, Lil Tecca, I
God.
texted these guys yesterday, and I was like, because I saw one video where this rapper Lil Tecca, he's like talking about how he doesn't rap about guns and stuff. He raps about like women or whatever,
I
and
got
he's
black, I got white. What you
and
want?
then there was some interview where he's saying he asked somebody, "Oh, you like?" Because people criticize him because he's like he raps about stuff he didn't actually do, but he kind of owned it and was like, "Well, you like this movie, right?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is it based on a true story?" He said, "No." He said, "Right, exactly." He's like, I'm an entertainer. I'm blah blah blah," and I liked that he owned it. I thought it was cool that he owned it, and then I was kind of listening to some of his music, and I was like, "Yeah, he's pretty cool." And then I texted these guys, and I was like, "Yo, I don't really like rap, but I think this guy's kind of cool. And Eric said he's the opposite of cool. So break that down.
Let's see. He doesn't seem like someone who I would really want to hang out with. It seems like maybe a rude thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't even seem like a rapper. I guess maybe he's using the medium. So I mean, I'm not even really hating. I just don't like it. Don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Can't relate to it. Don't
So-
think that it's cool.
For me, the thing that's cool about it is his total lack of any concern about like, because you have rappers who are like, so there's a couple of categories. There's rappers who actually kill people and rap about it.
DaBaby.
There's rappers, huh?
DaBaby.
Or
Killed
like
someone in
Young
Walmart.
Thug. Oh, he killed the person in self-defense, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
But Young Thug like raps about crime, and he actually does crime. Who's another one? Like we've talked about Young Thug before. I'm not gonna put him on the thumbnail, but there's one other one who name
Max
some-
Cremo.
Who?
Max Cremo.
I don't know who that is.
Max O'Cream.
Max
Oh,
O'Cream.
Yeah.
Max
You butchered that one.
Max Cremo.
Max Cremo.
Max O'Cream.
Pause.
Okay. Anyways, regardless,
There's a bunch of rappers who like
Yeah.
are
there's rappers who
involved in
rap
crime.
The
about
Memphis
crime
scene,
and
the
actually
whole
do
Memphis
crime.
scene.
They rap about crime. They actually do crime. And then there's rappers who they rap about crime, but they didn't do crime. But they're like, shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be a poser.
Oh.
Let me go murder a person
Mhm.
so that I'm not a poser. And then you got rappers who will rap like and don't rap about it at all and don't try to rap about it at
Yeah.
all. Like like Lil Dicky or whatever. He like makes his whole brand out of being like a nerd, whatever. I'm not about none of that.
Hey,
like
I'm not gonna lie. I
I'm
did
not.
see the like double XL freestyle. Have y'all seen that with him?
Yeah.
Like all the other rappers are like getting up there and they're like kind of just what's his name? Designer does his whole just little like yeah bit, and then Lil Dicky gets up there and he like actually kind of has some bars.
Okay. I'm not really a fan of Lil Dicky. But I'm classifying all these different types, right? And then there's one specific type where it's like they will rap about some stuff that's like what typically people rap about, but also they
Just
make,
for the sense of the stereotype.
yeah,
and
just
for,
just
like, a
to
song.
just to lean into it and to be entertaining. But they make no airs and they don't try to pose. They don't. They're like they just own it. They're like, yeah, it's entertainment.
I know a good example.
I like that.
I know a good example of two people who are like opposite ends of the spectrum, but and this was I want to say like 2015, 2016. There's YBN Namir
Oh yeah.
and what's the other guy's name? This one from Dallas who killed someone. He made the song "The Race." What's his name?
Take
Care, yeah.
Take care.
So they came out at the same time, kind of, and TK had already killed someone. He had an ankle monitor, and then he was in Dallas, made a music video. After the music video is over, cuts the ankle monitor off, goes to New Jersey. They pick him up. Now he's in prison forever. YB and Namir comes out at the same time with like a similar song with a similar cadence and a similar beat. People recognize that they're similar, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, like he's copying him. He's copying him. Blah blah blah. And then, but it turns out that YB and Namir is like actually not a killer. Not
Yeah, no,
innovative.
I would always see some like posts where
This
it's
guy
like
killed somebody.
where it's like YB and Namir, and it's like a bar about him, like yeah, and if you talk and mess, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And then it's like a clip from like GTA. It's like
Yeah.
it's like where he got
GTA
the
rappers.
inspo.
Yeah, like T Grizzly too, where he
Yeah.
has like he makes all his money nowadays on a Grand Theft Auto server, and he's like super humble about it. He tries to be cool about it. He's like, yeah, man, I got this server, man. So like, if you're in the streets, you can just put all the street stuff down and just hop on the game, yo. Like, you're a nerd, bro.
Nah.
Bro,
Not that I'm promoting violence,
Luke
but
Belmar said that if you want to make some money coming up,
Oh,
bro,
yeah,
GTA
no,
6, they're gonna be inventing some new cryptocurrencies that
Yeah.
people are gonna be using on that game for the next 10 years. So you
Yeah.
want to make millions,
Hop
bro?
on the game.
Hop on the game.
Yeah,
video games.
bro, I would have been a millionaire if they had just done that with 2K19.
Anyways, that's Partial Podcast. Later, guys.
Kill people.